Today's video is going to be a little bit different than normal. Usually we're elbow deep in some DIYs, doing something on our little tiny homestead in town, but today we're going to take you on a little trip and show you what we do when we're not working. We can play pretty hard. Our daughter Odelia graduated high school, so we're headed to Hawaii and we're taking mom with us. Jami's nephew David lives in Hawaii and he greeted us at the airport with a proper aloha greeting. Then we were off to the beach. We had a ton of fun at this beach right here by our Airbnb. This is one of the views. It was about a half-mile to a mile strip, I don't know how far it was, of pretty much empty beach. This dude's so camouflaged you can't even hardly see him. He's just over here sunning.
Dad, get a photo.
He's gonna give you a little wave. He's coming over. He's like, "You has cheeseburger?" Been to Paradise Cove twice now, and both times we see lots of turtles plus a bunch of other sea life. Found some Pyrex.
If I thought I could get it home, I'd buy it.
I mean, just throw it in a suitcase, see what happens. Oh, it's 10 and 8.
We ain't got no space for that.
We had the opportunity to go to church with David, which was awesome, and then we also went to the temple in Laie. Spear throwing at the Polynesian Cultural Center. Jami and I had never been to the PCC, so it was a lot of fun, got a lot of good culture and history on the Polynesian people and how they came to the islands.
There goes your bracelet.
Right down, okay.
Good job! I never thought I'd get a tattoo. No, we're church activity. Yeah, wherever.
Should we send a photo?
Just put it on my leg.
Get on your neck. A tattoo and fishing all in one day.
I feel like we're checking a lot of boxes here.
Oh, I got nibbles
Yeah, no, they like.
because it jerked my pole. Hey, but be quiet.
The fish ate it. Those are some sort of fish. Look. It totally like pulled on it and then got it off.
You know, my favorite part at the PCC was finding out about all the wayfinding, how they built their ships, how they carved everything. All these canoes that they sailed the ocean on is mind-blowing. And they weren't just living in huts. They had some pretty serious building technology. They've got some awesome timber framing going on in this building, and a lot of the buildings were reproduced to look like what the ancient peoples could do.
Are you ready? Yeah! Put your hands together. And clap, everyone.
The adults also beat the kids at a canoe race, and they didn't let me film the luau, but Jami and Odelia were able to get a picture with the cast. This is Jami's first time parasailing, and I gotta tell you, she's terrified of heights. I loved it. I think it's a pretty chill ride, and by the time we got to the end, she was doing pretty good too, but you can see here a little bit of terror when we first got started out.
We have a tow truck driver here because somehow Zeb lost the key to our rental car. So they're taking that to the lot and we are headed to go get another rental. We're still not really sure where the key is. We left, yeah, that's my Stanley. We left our Airbnb this morning and it was like an hour drive to here. We got here, turned the car off, and could not turn the car back on. So we looked everywhere, the key's not in there. We looked at the Airbnb, the key's not in there. We have no idea. They have an extra key, but they won't give it to us. And so it's gotta be towed. And we'll see what kind of rental car we find on Memorial Day in Oahu. So we are back at the airport again and headed to hopefully get another rental car.
I got my fingers crossed. We'll see what they do.
So we were able to get another car. They actually told us on the phone that they didn't know if there were going to be any cars. I'm like, they have not got rid of every single car at the Enterprise. So we got a Jeep this time so that we have enough room to haul junk because the Mustang was tight.
Yeah, there wasn't enough room for luggage and people, and Cooper's been squishing in the back, and he's bigger than I am, and that's a tight fit. Plus, this roof comes off too on the Jeep, so, you know, it's going to be fun. The lost key mistake is costing us $300. That's on me. I put it in my new swim trunks and fell right out of the pocket, I'm assuming, somewhere along the way. The car drove an hour without the key fob in it, and when we tried to restart it, it wouldn't start. So, you know, it is what it is. You just gotta enjoy your vacation and go.
I was just saying, you know what? It's one of those things, like, life happens. We're in Hawaii, which is just beautiful and a huge blessing. And I will put in a little clip so you can see what it looked like to have Cooper and Odelia in the back of the Mustang. So I think they're going to enjoy the Jeep a little bit better.
Yeah. We love hiking when we're on the islands, and Judd Trail did not disappoint. These are Cook pines, or Cook Island pines, I guess, and they're actually invasive. They're not indigenous to the Hawaiian Islands, and they had several of these marked to be cut down. They're really tall, straight pines. I love the way they grow. Let's go. Follow! This bridge was built in the 1930s, and the locals have taken it upon themselves to add some art to it, but the top of the bridge is really cool. Pineapple fields for days. You can drive by these in the middle of the island. I think it's the H1. It might be the H2 on the highway that you go through these, but I think it's the H1 or something along those lines. But there's pineapple fields. It's the last day here in Hawaii. We were headed to go do some zip lining, but everything was booked out. I did not plan ahead. They're like booked out like 2 weeks. So here we are. We're gonna go look at some pineapples. I think these are just for display, but I really want these. In case you've always wondered how pineapples are grown, it looks like aloe vera growing on the ground here, and then they get pineapples up on top. These ones are fun. Look at it. This one looks like aloe vera.
I feel like it's the redheaded stepchild. All right, we're gonna go to I like to buy prints everywhere I go. So anytime I can find something that's flat, it's like perfect for shipping. It's gonna be in like a bag or whatever. So I'm trying to see if there's anything I can't live without.
All right, so we're headed to lunch. Papa Ole's closes here pretty quick. This is just right around the corner, walking distance from our Airbnb. We have been driving past this little, we'll call it hole-in-the-wall restaurant. Probably a local dive that has super good food. Anyway, there's always a line wrapped around the building, so we gotta stop and try it out.
So we're the last customers in, and we weren't even super hungry, but we just wanted to come here all week. And how good is it?
That's super good. Worth checking it out. If we ever come back to this part of the island again, we will be hitting this up.
Seriously, best Kahlua pork that I have had to date anytime I've been to Hawaii. So definitely check this place out. It's a local dive. They closed at 6, so you got to get here before then.
Yep. So this is kind of cool. This is past security. All these fun seeds that you're allowed to fly with. I'm thinking of getting some. I just don't know what's actually going to grow in Utah. Did not do my research before I came here. So as expected, some work to do here in the garden. We just got back from vacation. I mangled this fence backing up by myself. I hit it with the fender, so I got to replace this side. I was like, oh, maybe I can bend it back straight. I'm not even going to worry about it. I'm not even going to mess with that. But looks like we're getting lots of good water coverage. The beds are really wet. And look at this. We need to come in here and weed and finish laying the gravel in like we were gonna do. But the beds are doing what they're supposed to do. They should be mostly reed free. The topsoil I got was supposed to be 99.9% weed free. They were guaranteeing it.
There are radishes.
Yeah, radishes are coming up. What did we put in that other row
Beets.
over there? Beets? Is that beets?
And then what is that over there?
I'm not sure. I can't remember what all's in here. It looks like we got some cucumber hills over here. Those feel close for cucumbers, but you know, oh, they might be zucchinis.
No cucumbers.
That's close for zucchinis, you know.
Well,
the kids helped us plant, but...
That's me.
Oh, you did these hills?
That'd be fine.
All right.
They grow down and then they grow out, and we can grow them over
Well, and here's the thing. The soil's going to be really good and rich and easily fertilized in these beds. So we can grow more than the ground would normally support in these beds. Looks like carrots are not popping up yet. Peppers are coming up. So, you know, we were gone a week and things are up and growing. Some things are taking a little longer, but what I like to see is that everything's wet. We got good coverage. The dirt's wet.
What did you plant? Is this all corn?
So this is not all corn. This could just be weeds coming up here. This is out here in the middle. The corn rows are over here, and Willow planted those. She's like, some stuff's coming up. I'm like, I don't know what this is. This is just weeds probably. I don't think we spilled that many seeds all over, so we'll have to come out here and weed it.
How do you know what's a weed and what's corn?
Oh, corn looks like grass coming up, so it'll be fine. After a couple weeks, you'll know. Looks like they did good while we were gone. We got some new growth just in the week since we were gone. This apple tree has apples on it. And then the fig, there were some figs on here, about 5 or 6 figs on here. Oh yeah, you can see one up in there doing good right there. Fig trees in Utah might be a little difficult to grow. They like a little bit warmer climate. They do good in greenhouses, but I'm probably just gonna plant it and see what happens. You know, if the leaves come on it a little late, we'll pick the figs while they're a little green and let them ripen off the tree. So I knew if I brought her over here, she'd instantly start weeding. I'll get most of this with the hula hoe and we're gonna gravel in here, but she can't help it. She can't stop doing the weeding. All right, so had fun, great vacation, time to get back to work. We got to get this garden into shape. We got to weed it. We got to get some things done with the gravel and finish laying it out.
And we have the Airbnb coming up. We're working on that.
That's coming soon. But, you know, the automated watering system did what I needed it to do, and everything's looking great in here. Thanks for hanging out with us, and, you know, hopefully you enjoyed the Hawaii footage. We had a lot of fun. I like to get a lot of really good nature ideas, like what I want my yard to look like from nature. So going to Hawaii, even though we can't grow all those same plants, gives me some fun ideas to do in the yard here.
And we'll see you on the next episode.